William Hill sponsors Joshua versus Molina on Sky Sports Box Office.
James Holder, IFL TV, in association with Max Jim Up. We've now got the knowledge. Spencer FEARON, we're in Manchester, just had the weigh-in for the card on Saturday. Anthony Joshua, Eric Molina, separated weigh-ins for Dillian White and Derek Chisora as well, which is quite interesting. Give me your thoughts, Spence.
Well, quite rightly so separated. Dylan's just there right now doing an interview with the maestro himself, Adam Smith, for Sky Sports.
The Iceman.
He's the Iceman, right? So it was the right thing to do because it would have kicked off again. When you're dealing with people who will react irrationally because the situation that they're put in is not rational, so you're going to act that way. But I'm going to be real, as I said this on the podcast, I'm saying this again. When you are a person of color, to see two men, and even though there's only one guy who did one guy agitated, but the next guy reacted to the agitation, you have to remember that when you're in the limelight. Do you understand? And when you think about it, if I was to take the lime and cut it in half and squeeze it in your eyes, it's going to burn, right? So you're in the limelight, but don't let it be burning. Be that water in the limelight, so water splashes in your eyes, it doesn't bother you. How Derek Chisora behaved, I don't condone that. I condemn that to the fact that you got a lot of eyes on you, you got a lot of eyeballs on you, and young kids. There's a couple of young kids who were coming in here today who were saying like, "What I think of that behaviour?" And that's wrong, and that's the truth. You don't pick up tables, you don't throw tables, irrespective of the fact that you thought that your life was being threatened. You have to remember, Derek Chisora is a clever man, but Dillian White is very clever because Dillian White knows how to play with words to kind of antagonize you. He's going to fight you. This is a gladiatorial sport. But I'm saying, if you're dealing with, don't perpetuate a stereotype that certain people, not the whole of the country, but certain people will have with people who actually look like you, who sound like you, who speak like you. Don't perpetuate that stereotype. And it was perpetuated with thuggery. Now, I like to stay away from thuggery because I'm not a thug.
Would a bold right to take away the British title from that fight, in your opinion?
Yes, but it makes no difference because the WBC eliminated this sport, right? So that's a bigger thing in the greater scheme. Yes, but I can understand because they're saying like we don't want to deem ourselves to be looked upon as like we're still going to allow this man to campaign for our title. We have to realize that the British title, it carries lineage, it carries weight. We've had great men who have held the British title. So when we've got great men who have held the British title, behave to the lineage of the great men that have held that title. Great men like Lennox Lewis. Anthony Joshua held that title. Do you understand? Henry Cooper held that title. Frank Bruno didn't fight for the title. He went straight on for the European. But I guarantee if you speak to Frank Bruno right now and say, would you have liked to have held that Lonsdale belt? Frank Bruno would have said, thank God we could, yeah, know what I mean? He would have wanted that title. So you got to behave a certain way.
The board have said Derek Chisora's got a 2-year suspended ban. He cannot shout, raise a voice or swear within the next 2 years as his British Board of Control licence will be taken away from him. He's obviously got a fine as well, which we're led to believe that promoter Eddie Hearn has paid for him. 25 grand plus 5 grand costs. Was Eddie right to pay that?
Yes, he would. No, but this is what I'm trying to say. We have to props Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn gets a lot of stick. I'm back at Eddie Hearn. I'm like pro Eddie Hearn. But it's like now me saying I'm pro Eddie Hearn is like people looking at me like Spencer, like you're pro Donald Trump. No, I'm saying I'm pro Eddie Hearn for the fact that he's brilliant for boxing right now. Look at how many world champions have you got? Everybody's talking about boxing right now. Boxing's buzzing. So
was he right to pay that?
Yes, he was, for the simple fact that I know for a fact that kerfuffle that happened and that fracas that happened has sold more than 25 grand's worth of tickets, has sold more than 25 grand's worth of pay-per-view. Well, you have to, because this is going to be a good fight. More people are talking about Derek Chisora versus Dillian White than they are talking about Anthony Joshua versus Molina.
As much as you was appalled by the actions of Derek Chisora throwing the table at Dillian White, was there a part of you that rushed online to see the video?
We took James. Remember, straight away you put it up and I was the first one to like it. I was the first one to retweet it.
So as much as it is bad, there is that interest, isn't there?
Most definitely. It's intriguing because, like, we like Crash TV. This is human nature. We get drawn. It's just like, you know, a moth to the flyer. We like to, we want to, I mean, curiosity killed the cat. We are curious by nature, but we're also vicarious by nature because we like to live through other people. And when we're there, we're watching it and we're saying, boy, if I was there, You know what I mean? If loads of people say, what? If I was there, no one. I'm saying, shut up. I watched it in the Sky Studios first, but then I watched yours online, and it's hyped. Everybody was talking about it.
Is this the acid test for Dillian White? Is it a clear step up in opposition in terms of Dave Allen, in terms of the fighters he's fought by Joshua? Do you think this is a real step up for him?
It is. It is, for the simple fact that here is Derek Chisora is going to test him. Don't get twisted. And this is a hard fight. I spoke to Lennox Lewis last night, right? He FaceTimed me. Said, what's my call? And I said, I got Dylan on points. He was saying he's got Derek Chisora on points. And I'm saying, why? Because it's the experience of Derek Chisora. But
what we needed at that table was Malcolm Macking X, wasn't it?
Who's the donkey now? No, so I'm saying, like, I just lost my train of thought.
Who do you think will be the donkey? Who do you think is going to win? Then you're backing Dylan.
I'm going for Dillian White. I don't think it'll be an easy fight, but Dylan's a younger, fresher man, and I think Dillian White on points. But it's not going to be easy. And more than anything, I don't want Derek Chisora to fold. I want Derek Chisora to come and to be the best Derek Chisora. Now that he's back with Don Charles, I believe that we will see the best Derek Chisora. We won't see the guy that fought Pulev. We're going to see a more guy because he's got that something between his teeth now. He's going to go out there. It's going to be a great fight. Buy the fight on Sky Sports box office. It's going to be hyped.
Who do you think the bigger bad boy is?
The big what on reels?
Yeah, out of Dillian White and Derek Chisora.
Oh, that is a really good question. But I'm going to be real. The bigger bad boy is definitely Dillian White. Seriously, Dillian White's South London as well. He's a guy that come from Jamaica, right? It's entrenched to the toughness of where he's from. He is the real bad boy. But the thing about it is this: Dylan's guys who are around him, Dylan's quiet around the guys that he's got because he's got real guys around him. And I'm so grateful that they didn't kick off. They were being so diplomatic. So because of that, I think that's really cool. Because, like I said, I don't like when guys go out and perpetuate stereotypes. Do you understand? Right, we got to roll, we got to raise up, do you understand? You know what I mean? Michelle Obama said when they go low, we go high. So we go definitely, we got to go high all the time. So I'm glad that it never kicked off. I'm glad that you and Coogan didn't get it neither, because I heard that Coogan just got ruffled just a minute ago. Don't try to look at me like that, Coogan. Look at Coogan. Shut up. You got bad up. You also got bad up. Coogan got bad up just a minute ago, but don't worry about it. I'm joking. Look, come.
Soft area,
yeah, all right. Well, that's a very good Geordie accent there. Yeah, mate. It is very good Geordie accent.
We should have got Martin Luther the King the other day.
Yeah, all right, cool. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Let's talk a little bit about the other fights on the card. It's only right we talk about the main event. Anthony Joshua defending his IBF World title against Eric.
That's
Molina.
not the main event. Derek Chisora versus Dillian White's the main event.
Wow.
That is the main event right now. I'm being real, because everyone's talking about that fight. Listen, Anthony Joshua is just blowing up. He just gave me a hug just a minute ago when he's walking in, then he crushed my ribs. The guy is Universal Soldier. He's the love child of he's the love child of He-Man and She-Ra. He's just that is him. You know what I mean? He's a genetic freak of nature. Seriously, Anthony Joshua is a special human being. And more so than that, here is a man that behaves as a special human being.
Prediction?
Right?
How do you see it going?
Do you know what?
Anything less than a KO, is that unsatisfactory in your opinion?
Of course it is, but you know what? One thing we do know about Eric Molina, the guy comes to fight. So you could punch me up. He's like, right, and he's improving each fight. Remember, Deontay Wilder, a few years back now, he weren't the fighter that he is today. When he got knocked out by Chris Arreola, before he got knocked out, he hurt Chris Arreola. So he knows one way to fight. So, and when he said, I'm going for the knockout, he's quietly confident. I don't trust those guys. I like those guys who shoot off their mouth so I can pick flaws in you. But he's quietly confident. Now, is he quietly confident because he knows that he's going to the gallows? Or is he quietly confident because he got something up his sleeve? I believe he got something up his sleeve, but Anthony Joshua, to me, is head and shoulders above. And Anthony Joshua in the heavyweight division right now is an elitist. So he's going to have to behave in an elitist manner and go out and do what he does. I got Anthony Joshua winning this fight within 4 rounds.
What do you reckon he would have made of the antics of Dillian White and Derek Chisora and Dillian White?
Well, you're going to have to ask him that. Cause I wouldn't, you know what, I know like Anthony won't behave that way. So Anthony is being produced as this gentlemanly figure, which is genuine. It's not disingenuous, it's genuine. He's not, and it's not like somebody saying to him like, you got to say this, you got to say that. This is all him. So this is by the fact of him showing manners, courtesy and discipline. He shows that all the time, right? And because he shows that, he's not doing no nuts. So it's I got to rate Anthony Joshua. I got to rate all the boys on the show. I got to rate Kugan Cassius, always doing a fantastic job. James, people don't understand that James is from Road, because James spits bars. James is from Road. You are a Mockney, my friend.
Mate, before we go, quick word on Lewis Conception. Callier fight champion for his WBA
Really good fight, right? Who you got for this, Kugan? Oh, you don't make predictions, do you? Sorry. All right.
Inside 10.
Right, it's not. What bad man 10?
Going down, man.
Yeah, right. It's not an easy fight. Conception is a former world champ and now present world champion as well. He's a good fighter, but there's something about Callier fight who is what can I say? Callier fights kind of like, for the young kids who like to listen when I'm dropping that knowledge, Jose Torres, the former light heavyweight world champion in the 60s, that peekaboo kind of style, but throws like good doofing left hooks to the body. I think it could be Cal's time because he's on helm patch as well. I think Cal, it's not going to be easy, but I've got Cal on points.
Little bit on Jose Burton defending his British title against
Not
Frank
easy
Buglioni.
fight. That's an excellent fight. That is like, for the hype, Dillian White and Derek CHISORA, but that is the best fight on the card. You know what I mean? Because a genuine 50-50 fight, that is it. This is so genuine that we don't know where it's going to go to.
Who are you going to pick?
Who am I going to pick? I will slightly lean, and this is no disrespect to Don Charles, but I'll slightly lean for Jose Burton for the simple fact that the more experienced man in the corner, he's got Joe Gallagher in his corner, and I know Joe Gallagher will be looking at all of the weaknesses of Frank Buglioni, but Frank Buglioni is very good, but I will slightly favour, on points, Jose Burton.
Spencer FEARON Knowledge, great to get you on the channel. Thank you very much.
Listen, let me just big up. I'm just waiting for more racial abuse, which I get on your channel from people in the comments. No, people I don't get all the time, but it's cool. Listen, this is what I'm trying to say. Cool. This is what I'm trying to say. Listen, I'm still spreading love 24/7, every day of the week. I'm so grateful for the platform that I'm doing. Hashtag Total Store, Ringside Total Store. We've got some great things coming up at Sky, so just keep it peeled. And thank you guys, because remember, I always big up iFilm. From when you guys started, because I've got love in my heart for you guys. You guys do a fantastic job, and you ain't even being rewarded yet. The rewards, when it busts for you, it's gonna be ridiculous. It's busting right now.
What you saw, young man.
Yeah, Scalia.